Hello. So here is a series where I'm going to be doing something that I like to call reverse stain painting. So instead of painting where you normally would block out the shape of the figure first and then go into it with dark colors and sort of build on the shadows of the painting and do the highlights last, I'm going to be doing the opposite. So essentially blocking out the face of the subject and then going in with clear, it's almost like a clear gloss finish where the highlights should be in the painting so that when I go over it with my wood stain, it's not going to be able to penetrate the wood where the gloss finish has gone. So that's essentially the purpose, or I guess the process behind this. It's essentially going backwards, I guess, in a way, or kind of similar to what you would do if you're doing watercolor painting. So here I've basically just finished blocking out the varnish that's going on top that will stop the wood stain from going in. Here I'm just going in with the first coat, which is a mix of white wood stain with chamois, which are both by the brand Salmon. I really like their wood stains just because they are super easy to work with. They come with a whole bunch of different colors. And they are water-based, so it's very easy to clean up if you make any spills. And as you pour the wood stain over top of the canvas, in quotations, you take a cloth and you just slowly sort of wipe that wood stain into the grains so that it absorbs really well. And the idea here is that there's going to be multiple different layers of stain of different colors, and as you lay down the different layers of stain, you're simultaneously making, those layers of highlights so that you're blocking in more and more shadow, but you're keeping the highlights from the original painting on of that varnish. So now that I've put on my first coat of, I guess, sort of like a skin tone of stain, I'm going to be going in with my second coat, which is, instead of using the chamois plus white, I'm actually just going to be using the chamois. So first you have to go through and you have to sort of repaint all of where you want the highlights to be, and then you go in with your stain. So at this point, I just poured stain all over it, and I'm wiping it in with a towel now. And you'll see that those highlights really start to pop once you go darker and darker and darker with your stain. So at this point for this video, it's only going to be 2 different stain colors, or I guess 3 if you include the white. But going in the following days, I'll be making some part 2, part 3 videos with darker stains, eventually moving my way all the way to black. Then finally the satisfying part of wiping down and cleaning off that stain from the varnished pieces, and voila, you can see the picture starting to come along. See you next week.